Hello, my friends, and welcome back to Disgustingly Easy. This is another hot take. 5 minutes, one truth, no fluff. And today's might sting just a little. I'm your host, Beck Cameron, founder of The Long Game. And today we are going to talk about the fact that for some of you, you are not overwhelmed. Your screen time is too high. So this is the lie that we keep telling ourselves, and for myself included. We keep saying we're overwhelmed by life, by work, by parenting, especially motherhood, by responsibility. But after doing the 20 Hours of 20 Talk challenge a couple of weeks ago, something became painfully clear to me. I wasn't overwhelmed per se. I just never gave my brain a single moment to switch the fuck off. I rested my body consciously, intentionally, but I wasn't resting my mind. And as we learned from previous episodes, those are not the same thing. Because here's what my phone use looked like before. It had grown to the point where we had the phone on the toilet, the phone while I was walking, the phone while I was waiting, the phone in bed, checking notifications, checking emails, scrolling between tasks, doing things on my phone whenever I was bored. No space, no silence, no mental exhale, and that low level constant stimulation, keeping my nervous system switched on all day. Your brain never gets to complete a stress cycle, and of course, you feel overloaded. Not because life is too much, but because your mind never gets a break. So during the challenge, I had moments of actual quiet, actual rest, and it felt like an incredible reset. My brain did something that it hadn't done in a long time, which was completely settle. That's when I realized this is not what I want my life to look like. And I know that for a lot of the people either in the long game or listening along to the podcast, I know that this is not what we want our life to look like. And so often I hear women say, I want to reduce my screen time. For me, it's not what I want my son to think of as normal. And when I sat with myself at the 20 Talk Challenge, I really came to terms with the fact that if I wanted things to change, I had to be the person to change it. I don't want him growing up thinking that your attention is something that gets fragmented and leaked, and your energy gets leaked all day long, and we never have any space for creativity or problem solving or coming up with solutions. We never have time to be bored. And that realization has led me to change my habits in a big way. I wanted to let you know a little bit about the new rules that I've come up with for my phone use, because a lot of the time when women are telling me that they want to have a better relationship or a different relationship with their phone or being online, they don't actually know what they want that to look like. So for now, for me, if I'm on my phone, I'm not doing anything else. No multitasking, and there is no phone in the bathroom, no phone in the toilet, no phone in my bedroom is a big one. My watch is my alarm, no phone at the dinner table, and a big one has been no phones watching TV. I saw Jamila Jamil talk on a podcast recently about how production companies are now giving the instruction when people are making TV shows or making movies that they need to dumb down their plot lines, because the assumption is that all of us are sitting watching TV and scrolling on our phone. So they are dumbing down the plot lines. We are getting our art dumbed down because the assumption is that we're on our phone. The phone is a tool. It shouldn't be a coping mechanism. We don't need this background noise. We don't need this constant stimulation of our nervous system. So here's the part to bring you back into personal power. Anytime something is starting to feel too much, we've got to ask ourselves, what can I do? How am I contributing to this, even if it's only in a small way? And now that I know what the problem is, what is the next right action? A problem half stated is a problem half solved. And I want you to gently challenge yourself. If you are someone who constantly talks about feeling overwhelmed, being overwhelmed, I can't take action because I feel overwhelmed. I can't join the long game because I don't feel like I have capacity. I want you to check your screen time before you diagnose yourself with an overwhelm problem. And look, you'll know if this is for you. Because sometimes the shift, it's not about doing more, it's about creating space. Creativity is where we source so much space in our lives. It's where we source our problem solving. It's how we come up with the idea to shift through the problem that we might have been having for a really long time. And I think for a lot of us, those problems are compounding, piling on top of one another, because we never give ourselves a second to breathe. Our generation, the millennial generation, was the last generation in history to lay on their bed as a teenager on a Saturday afternoon with absolutely nothing to do. And that I feel like broke me a little bit on the inside. We need to be giving ourselves time to be bored. We need to be giving ourselves time to breathe. We need to have space for that creativity, if not for art, if not for journaling, if not for anything other than being able to problem solve and come up with solutions for our own lives. If this has been a spiky episode, if this is triggering you, if this is feeling like I'm talking specifically to you, then maybe it's a sign that you need to do something, take some action, and follow through on these intentions around changing your phone use. Remember, when nothing is certain, anything is possible. You've got this. I believe in you, and I know you can do it.